Every time a man ejaculates, around 200 to 300 million sperm begin their journey together. It sounds powerful, but the reality is far more challenging. They must pass through thick cervical mucus, avoid the female immune system, and push forward through a complex biological pathway, like an intense obstacle course. As they move deeper, most of them slow down or are eliminated. By the time they reach the fallopian tubes, only a few hundred remain. But the final challenge is even more difficult. The egg's outer layer acts like a secure barrier, and sperm must use special enzymes to break through it step by step. Only one sperm with the right strength, timing, and function succeeds in entering the egg. At that exact moment, their DNA combines, forming the very first cell of a new life called a zygote. This single cell immediately begins dividing, growing, and traveling toward the uterus. When it finally attaches to the uterine lining, that's when pregnancy officially begins. It may sound like a microscopic adventure, but this is the precise and incredible process behind human life. So if you had to choose, which part do you think is the hardest, surviving the journey or winning the final moment?
Inside the womb, a new life begins in a way most people never see. In week 1, a single fertilized cell starts dividing rapidly, forming the foundation of a human life by week 2. It attaches to the uterine wall, securing its place to grow in week 3. The basic layers of the body begin to form, setting the stage for every organ. By week 4, something incredible happens. A tiny heartbeat begins even before the body is fully shaped by week 5. The early brain and spinal cord start developing, guiding future movement and thought. By week 6, small facial features begin to appear, and the form becomes more human. By week 7, tiny limb buds grow into early arms and legs. And by week 8, major organs begin forming inside this small developing body by week 9. It is now called a fetus, growing more defined each day, and as the weeks continue, the baby develops movement features and strength until a complete human life is ready to enter the world. Millions of sperm may begin the journey toward the egg, but only one will succeed. Most people think the fastest sperm wins, but biology is more complex than that. When sperm reach the egg, they must pass through a protective outer layer called the zona pellucida. This layer contains special proteins that help control which sperm can bind to the egg. Before a sperm can enter, it must go through a chemical change known as the acrosome reaction. This reaction releases enzymes that allow the sperm to move through the egg's outer layer. But the egg isn't passive. Research shows the egg can release chemical signals that guide sperm toward it in a process known as sperm chemotaxis. Once one sperm successfully fuses with the egg immediately blocks all others. This process begins fertilization, creating the first cell of a new life. So it's not just a race between sperm, it's actually a complex biological interaction between sperm and the egg. Some follow for more science-based fertility facts.
Did you know a baby's gender is not decided by the mother, but by a microscopic biological event at the very start of life? Inside every human cell, there are 46 chromosomes that carry genetic information, including gender. In females, these are XX, so every egg always carries an X chromosome, while in males, they are XY, meaning sperm can carry either X or Y. During ovulation, the egg carries only X, and millions of sperm begin their journey, some with X and some with Y, racing through a complex biological pathway. But most cannot survive. Only a few reach the egg, and just one succeeds. If that sperm carries X, the result is XX, a female. But if it carries Y, the result is XY, a male. At that exact moment, their DNA combines, forming a new life. And from that first cell, an embryo begins to develop, with gender already determined.
Did you know a baby's eye? Color is determined long before the baby is even born. It all comes down to genetics. When a baby is conceived, it receives one set of genes from the mother and one from the father. These genes contain instructions. that influence traits like hair, color, skin tone, and eye. The color of the eyes mainly, depends on a pigment called melanin found in the iris. The more melanin present, the darker the eye color will be, which usually results in brown eyes. When there is less melanin, the eyes can appear blue-green or hazel. Scientists once believed that eye color was controlled by a simple, dominant and recessive gene pattern where brown eyes were dominant and blue eyes were recessive, but modern genetics shows that eye color is actually influenced by several different genes working together. These genes control how much melanin develops in the iris and how it is distributed. This is why two blue-eyed parents can sometimes have a child with green or hazel eyes, and why siblings can have completely different eye colors. In many babies, the eye color seen at birth may even change during the first year of life as melanin levels gradually increase in size. When pregnancy begins, the body starts changing in ways that are almost invisible, yet incredibly powerful. Inside the uterus, the lining becomes thicker and richer in blood supply, preparing to support new life. Once implantation occurs, tiny embryonic cells begin communicating with the mother's body, releasing early pregnancy hormones. These hormones signal the ovaries to continue producing progesterone, preventing the uterine lining from shedding. Blood vessels expand, increasing circulation to nourish the growing embryo. Soon, the placenta begins to form, creating a lifeline between mother and baby. Oxygen and nutrients flow through delicate branching structures, supporting early development. Within the embryo, subtle but remarkable changes unfold. The neural tube begins forming. Early heart and organ structures take shape. A protective amniotic sac surrounds the developing life. At the same time, the uterus gently expands, adapting to its new role. All of these changes happen quietly, internally. A carefully balanced system working in harmony. Pregnancy is not just growth, you can see. It is a series of subtle internal transformations, building life from the very beginning.